Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild and today we are making a bit of a live stream. I want to build a bit more, and so doing that not alone might be a good idea. So I've worked more on the station, and I kind of have to do more work, and that's just something that oh man, stuff needs to be done. Good. Okay. If there are people in the stream or in the chat, then please let me know. How's the quality? Does everything work? Okay, so I've started to bring in some windows here. Hello Sven! Thanks, that's good to hear. So I've started to bring in some windows. I have made basically the connection, not the connection, how the base itself transitions into these docking arms. Sodeman. Hello. And now I can start to build these up and then find a way how to deal with this in the end. I'm not sure yet how to really do this, because the problem here at the moment that arises is that all the ships were not built with the side connectors there in why did this disconnect again? The amount of glitches and bugs in Space Engineers in this version, I'm not sure. Did it get worse over time, although there were no updates? I don't know what this is. The fact that the hydrogen thrusters continuously just turn back on, disconnecting connectors, skins not working. We so need an update. The next ship that disconnected. I need to connect these back up because again, I'm paranoid about the problem that ships kind of produce more performance issues when they are not connected to statics. I'm not sure why that is the way. Maybe because they are not static objects when they are not connected, so I always tend to just connect them up or use landing gears or something like that to make them static. And with this ship I still have the problem that the hydrogen thrusters continuously turn back on when I reload the world. That's something I really don't like, because I could just overlook that and then my ice reserves would just vanish, and I need a lot of ice, especially for the station. I want to pressurize it at one point, so I definitely need a lot of ice. I will somewhere integrate some oxygen farms to at least alleviate my oxygen problems. By the way, I had some suggestions with the tram here, and people suggested to maybe go and use some LCD screens as basically window. As a window, I would have to set up an ignore color for the whole system here, because I'm running the build and repair system, and if something is not finished, the nanites will swarm in and just finish it. So that sadly is not a good option for that. So, but I finished the form of the whole tram. I know it looks kind of weird, but I like that it looks weird. Had some problems today to finish these yeah, how to say, the motor encasements or something like that. It would be the cabin is just sitting on its own. I need to get rid of the cockpit and then put in more of the seats. The weird thing is that this thing is wider than I wanted it to be, but on the other hand, it's now, yeah, 3 normal blocks wide. That gives a lot of space for people to just sit down in. Good. Okay, let me check. That seems to work out. Okay, but I need to put down some more blocks. You can see that I'm changing out. I'm not sure how many of you saw the episodes, but you can see that I'm changing out some blocks here to have at least this area flow a bit nicer. Down here I want to keep the square bar basically. I changed out the blocks down here. I had some normal slopes here, but I wanted to go for a bit steeper slope there. Commercials. I don't know, commercials. So that's a neat idea. That's something I can do. The thing it was that the LCDs were thought of as a way to replace Windows. The problem is that there are no yeah, in vanilla Minecraft. What am I talking of? Vanilla Space Engineers, there are no small windows. I have them in my game as a mod, but I was not sure if I should use them, and I might use them because it would be nice to have some windows in here, to not have just a square opening here. And again, someone came up with the idea to... No, I didn't have some drink before. I have some for the end of the stream. I have something here, but normally I try to stay away from that for now. It's relatively late in the evening, and so I'm allowed to misuse the English language. It's not my mother tongue, so that's why I think I'm allowed to be a bit sluggish with that. Good. One of the next things I also want to do is move this a bit further down the line, although the next station is already here, so we will just, I don't know, move it somewhere up to here or so. I want to keep this area a bit more open here. Thank you, Duncan Davidson. Hello, by the way. Good morning. Yeah, I have it. You must be from... yeah, you were the one with the Australian dollars. So now I know. I have it later here. For you, good morning. For me, it's late in the evening. Tram looks awesome. Yeah, thank you. That's nice. There is a certain way, so you can take a look at it from this side, and maybe a bit from this angle, just a bit, and it looks kind of nice. But as soon as you go here, it looks like, I don't know, a hippopotamus. But I'm okay with that. That gives me a lot of space to work in here. I have a lot of people that suggested some ideas for how to deal with having this thing auto drive, basically. Maybe I give a short explanation. I'm thinking about ways, or I'm thinking if we could have this thing auto drive to the different locations, and then have a system to just call it to a certain station. And I think that would be really, really hard to do, because one problem with it is that identifying on what station the tram will be, and the tram kind of needs to know for an automatic driving kind of where it is at the moment, especially if we want to have something like a recall button or something like that. I think it will sadly not be possible. The idea, then there was the idea to just put thrusters on here and use maybe autopilots. What I could do with an autopilot at least is have something like the problem with the small sensors is, or the whole system would have to be on the tram itself. So I would have to cram this thing full of timers, sensors and stuff to make it work. There's ways with scripts to kind of give it inputs from the outside. A sound block for what? Tram music on the sound block, Sven. The thing is, I think it will not be possible to. The next idea that was, again, back to the remote controls, use remote controls. One idea I had with remote controls and thrusters would be to just have the thing auto drive. So drive to a station, wait there for a few seconds, next station, and so on, and then just do the same back. The GPS is the problem. GPS, the autopilot doesn't work with wheels, but I feel that the tram should work with wheels and not with thrusters, and that's a bit problematic. Cosmic Chimp, hello. Thanks, Cosmic. That's nice. Yeah, if you like the stream, then please like it. That is always helpful. We're hopefully filling up a bit more. I announced streaming a lot in this time around. Good. The thing is, again, the tram itself is kind of, it's done, so it works. Just to show you, it works pretty fine, I have to say. So we can drive that thing around. It's at the moment still slow. I'm not trusting it so far that I would put it to, I don't know, 200 meters per second and then just let it drive around. But again, I'm kind of searching for solutions for that thing, what to do with it, to have it. So we could. My main problem is that this thing in the end will not really be able to know where it is. So automatic recall buttons, so that it is at one station and then you call it to another. I think that will not be possible without maybe doing work that I can't do, like scripting. I'm not good. I can't script, so that would help, but I'm not sure. Do that, Cosmic. You too. You stay safe too. Good. But today we want to concentrate a bit on the superstructure of the whole base. Another thing I'm doing is I'm preparing stations. I think I will go with Schaustul's catwalk blocks to have not this crazy fat big block thing in here, I will have a thin second layer of level in here, and only turning on the wanted stations connector this way. Yeah, that could be an idea, but connectors, if you want to really catch something, you need to bring up the magnetic forces. Magnetic forces and a tram suspended just with wheels, I would have the fear that that wouldn't end well. So the balance there, I think, would be crazy. We could use, I don't know if sensors on different heights that detect different things, something like that. Cameron Steele, hello. Das ist ganz gutes Deutsch. Cameron. That's really that's good German. I heard a lot worse stuff. So that's one thing I kind of want to do, work on that. We need the windows. I need this. I can get rid of this for now. And then I kind of want to work on this so that I can finally go back to the flying station. And I'm doing relatively fine. There's some personal issues at the moment that take me up a bit, but again, I want to use streaming and playing to get away from that. Let's say it that way. So okay, Schaukorb. Yes, no, Schaukorb has the Schaustuhl. Where is it? There are the catwalks. I need the open catwalk just for now to put that in. I need to drive the car over here to see if that works out. It should, because this thing is not bigger than a normal block. But so I talked about that in one of the videos, that I kind of want to bring in a second layer level kind of into the station, because I think the whole height of the interior here is just too much. It's just too high to work out aesthetically. It looks like a cathedral, and that's not what it is supposed to be. So I want to bring in a second level. So by the way, can you see that this thing just rolls? That's another problem that I'm dealing with when it comes to automatics. The automatics should also be able to slow down the thing, and that's really a thing where I'm not. Yeah, I'm really struggling with sitting here and thinking, how could that work out? It's not easy. Okay, this will be the station, and I have that down the line on all the that's so weird. I have that on all the docking arms here, so people can get in and out of that. Why am I summoning Clang, Cameron Steele? It's so weird, because that's something in real life I would hate this. I would hate this, absolutely hate this. Being suspended over something in a relatively high place with where I can see through the floor. Ooh, not good. Yes, the tram thing, but it works. Clang up until now didn't really rear its head, and I'm happy because it's relatively safe, and I didn't go too crazy with the whole thing. It looks crazy, but it's working out really nice. It's relatively stable. I think not encouraging Clang with having something like mass blocks on there that make it react to gravity was a good decision. I have the feeling. I need some girders. I need these. No, it doesn't. We could go to Mars and I would show... No, I cleaned up there a bit, but Clang doesn't approve of wheels. No. That's not. But here there's no gravity in play. That makes the thing relatively easy. This thing is basically suspended and held by the wheels, and nothing is pulling and tugging on it, so that should work. I will really stay away from mass blocks here, because I think then I would encourage Clang to rear its head. So he is in a bad mood. Who's in a bad mood? Clang? Or I'm in a bad mood? I'm at the moment relatively fine, because I can stream and talk and do some work that helps. So I kind of defined... No, Clang might always... I think with here at the moment there are things that don't anger Clang too much. But I don't know who watched the Mars days in this world. I built a big rover, and that thing was at one point completely destroyed. So let us just do a bit of snooping around. We will use the admin tools, go to the entity list, and we can just hopefully take a look. So auto miner, these are and I can then also remove stuff like that. You can see this is basically the part, and you can see that here are still parts missing. That is the big Mars rover. I had to bring it back on wheels, and I had to remove the whole... I had it... come on. I show you around. Let me see if there's a way that we can get... Can we get there? Somehow, recon rover... Oh, what's this? Something is broken there. Does anybody of you know if I can go and move the place I would teleport to? I always end up with... So I can see my follow drone here, but can I move myself to kind of teleport to somewhere here so I could show you that stuff? I really usually don't use that stuff. I use it normally just to remove trash, but maybe some of you know. Control space. Nope, that doesn't do anything. So yeah, in spectator I could do that. Control plus space. I have the feeling you try to delete my world here or something like that. Is that really control space? Okay, I must be in spectator. Yeah, there's the spectator thing is another thing I usually don't use. I really need to do stuff like that. Okay, let us do that. I just want to show you the stuff. Then F6. So I think it's F7, F8. And then I can just move around, I think, or yeah, okay. With the spectator, maybe we don't need to really see that. I don't really need to teleport here. That's a good thing. So I had these parts basically spring loaded with a rotor that runs that ran the torsion spring script. A nice script, but the problem with it is that the physics engine and the wheels that were on the end of this, they were not too happy with each other. So what I've done now, the wheels are now connected rigid to the whole system, and you can see there's still holes in here, and there were holes in this area. This whole thing must have exploded while I was playing. Hello, John Rizzo. Must have exploded. Don't know, while I was playing something, and really hard, because this all is heavy armor blocks, but there was a huge crater in here. You can see I had an M-arm or S controlled arm on here, mining arm, gone, exploded. The oxygen farm on the bottom exploded. The M-arm or S to connect the station with the trailer here exploded. The connection between these two parts exploded. And I didn't connect that up by now. I added these front wheels. These front wheels weren't here. I added them to kind of prop the whole thing up and all that stuff. These were also exploded, so all these torsion springs kind of exploded, and I had to really go in and repair that. You can see the front is gone. Everything here, this is all gone for some reason, or not for some reason. The whole front destroyed. This area here and basically buried itself into it. This crater wasn't here before, so the arm or something like that must just have exploded into here. Everything is broken with that, and I really hate it. Because it's another, Mars takes another big rover with just physics. Yeah, explosions all around. Yes. The Mars took basically another rover from me. I had a world. You can find that somewhere. Another rover where I put in hours to build that thing, and then it flipped and exploded because of Clang. Having all these subgrids on here. Clang is not a complete enemy of building crazy things, but Clang is not a fan of subgrids. So having subgrids on subgrids on subgrids, that's something where Clang really really gets angry. And so that's something that you really, when you build, you really have to keep in mind. This wall's closed here. I have put so much work, especially into these arms, because I was so proud of me that I was able to figure out these MRMOS things. Crazy. I have to go back to fill up my O2 reserves. I can't fault him. I can't fault Clang for this, but again, it's thank you, Duncan Davidson. I'm trying I think the epicness, and I wouldn't call it epicness. I'm trying to build everything in survival, and I'm trying to test everything in survival. That hopefully makes my builds different from other people. Nothing that I'm building here is something that I prepared somewhere, or that I tested out somewhere. So that's something I'm relatively proud of, that if I put the work in, I do everything in survival. Okay, I have some mods that help me, but that's mostly to keep production times down, and that's the case. Yeah, epic is a really big word, Duncan. That's one thing I always have with that epic is really big word. I'm struggling with that, but thank you. I accept that and say thank you. The problem, I tend to be doing my stuff for too long, so that's why I'm kind of trying to work more on this station and try to kind of not finish it, but bring it into a state where I can work with it. Really, you like it? I'm not. That's good to hear, John. I'm not too happy with it, but I'm trying to work it out for now. I'm doing the usual thing that I'm doing is I'm going in, I build that thing, and then I modify, so that it is in the end hopefully not so smooth, not so gray and all that stuff. But for now, I will establish a form, close that off, hopefully get that running. Thank you, Cameron. That's good to hear. Something happened. Something plinked, and I don't know what plinked. Cookie Rifles, thanks for the subscribe. That's there. Thank you. That's the window corner. Yeah, that's I try to build stuff like that so that you can see things there. So if you were in a PvP scenario, for example, nobody would build something like that. It's just glass and I got someone suggested I should bring in the corruption mod again, and I don't know if I really answered that, but no. I played with the corruption thing once, and that's too much stress for me. Having to deal with hacker drones and all that stuff. No. Never again. I will have to lighten the mod load anyways. The game starts to get really unwieldy. I was building back there, so let's go back there. I need to finish this line, and then I can start to bring in windows. Yeah, that's the thing, Duncan. I tested it in, I think I tested it even in this world, and that's not. It's not. The corruption mod is just. Masochists can use it. I know that there are certain versions of it with reduced kind of. Not all the crazy drones, because I mainly really hate the shield drones and the hacker drones. What it did for me was I started to go into an arms race, kind of, and that's really not a thing I want to do. So thank you, Cameron. Thanks, and hope to see you another time then. Don't. Yeah, I will try to stream a few hours. I think. Yeah, hopefully you can be back. That would be nice, but don't stress yourself. So the corruption mod will, I think, never come back. I tested the corruption mod in this world. Some of the viewers might know that I think I was building. Was I already building on the big ship? I think I was already building on the big ship, and then hacker drones took it over, destroyed my whole asteroid base with crazy laser guns on this thing, and it's just not, the corruption mod is just not nice. I have EEM running that sometimes spawns something that attacks me. That's good. I have a ground encounters mod running. The problem, again, I'm constantly running into some performance issues now, and some things we really need to lighten the mod load. I need to get in contact with one of the modders. I have a laser mod running, and there's a lot of cool stuff in the laser mod, but I think it's something that I need to get rid of because of performance issues and all that stuff, and again to lighten the mod load a bit. But there are cool defense lasers that I really want to have from that mod. Christian Boskma, that's good to hear. I know. I might have said that. I know that there are different versions that leave out some of the drones, but it's just, again, it ends up in an arms race, and I had so many problems with the drones that destroyed so much stuff. Although I destroyed them, that I really have to say that's something that really bothers me. I would like, so having a version that spawns some enemies at random points in the game that are not too crazy, that just make it so that you really need weapons, for example. Sometimes the game is so peaceful that there's a real question: do you really need weapons on your ships and all that stuff? And that would be nice. Some more challenge, and we will see. There is a survival update coming with definite changes in the spawning things department. So hopefully maybe we get more and interesting spawns, and hopefully a challenge even with a PvE challenge kind of. Only some many in your area, then Ray Vincent, hello by the way, and only some many in your area, then when you beat them there are no more, there you have to go another zone to find more. the nomadic lifestyle is something. It would be interesting if there would be in the standard game more planets, so that a nomadic lifestyle could be interesting, and then that would make sense to kind of pack up and say, okay, but I'm not searching kind of for enemies. I want some enemies coming in. So there is pirate ships, for example, in the normal game. With EM they are turned off at the moment, so that's one thing. EM, for example, doesn't spawn enough enemies, and not enough enemies that attack me. All the mods, by the way, they make problems with each other. I'm using the built-in repair mod, and EM and the built-in repair mod really don't work well together. Kind of. I read somewhere. So yeah, what do you mean, Ray? That you have to move to find new enemies, or that again, what I would like to see is that once in a while there is enemies spawning, but I don't want to have this crazy onslaught that corruption brings with it. So again, I don't want to search for the enemy. That's something that I don't want to do for now. Although that would be nice too. Again, it would be fascinating to have something like Battlestar Galactica going on. So you have to have you have a fleet that you can fly to certain posts and all that stuff, and then you get attacked once in a while, or you come into an area where there's interesting stuff around. It would be nice to have something like that. And again, the new survival update, there is changes in the spawning mechanics. And so what did I want to do? I wanted to have all blocks and then cargo, a small cargo container. The problem is that the enemies at the moment just do that, Duncan. They just spawn and then fly through the area, and it would be nice if sometimes they would decide to attack me or so. That would be nice. That would be nice. I need... What did I need? Steel. So... yeah, but again, it's... that could also be interesting, again, to kind of have to fight for an area or something like that. But then I would have the feeling that it would end up being more of a strategy game or something like that. I can't wait for some more of the survival changes, and maybe there is some more announcements to what else will come and what else will happen. We will see. I hope that in the next week I get some more information if we do if there's another test, if we stream again or something like that. We were asked if we would be up to streaming again, and I personally am absolutely into it, so that would be nice, but I know nothing, and so I can't wait. So more infos then on the survival stuff. I want to really take a good look at the encounters mechanic. I have the feeling that the whole new encounters mechanic could be interesting and could pose some challenges. That would be neat. That's one thing. I don't know how many of you know 7 Days to Die. 7 Days to Die kind of changed a bit of its system, that you have points of interest now, for example, that you can find, and where there's interesting challenges hidden in certain areas. And I don't know, that would be something neat for space engineers too, although the world sizes are so different that you can just say space engineers. I don't know, I think it would be just too hard for space engineers to do something like that. Cookies, rifles. When I get myself a PC able to play Space Engineers, I'm going to play as a Stargate team or something like that. There is even a Stargate mod. I'm not sure if that works. There is a Stargate mod, and you can get that in two different flavors too. The guy that made that even put in Stargate ships and weapons and all that stuff. Rex Redford, hello. Your name is Mr. Molinov. I'm not sure. Sorry, your name is just that's so hard to pronounce. Hello. I'm not sure if they really do this points of interest, but they have encounters. I know that, and that would be really interesting. Yeah. The Stargate mod works. I used it, but I used only the Stargate itself, the standard mod. Ramethab, okay, why are you not here as Ramethab then, please? This is just, the name of this account is just too hard to pronounce, good sir. But again, the Stargate mod, that I personally was not interested in it because it brought so much different stuff with it. So that, yeah, and I'm not so much of a Stargate fan that I really wanted to have all this. So but for people that are interested in that, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of cool stuff in there. I need another build and repair system back here. I want to reduce the amount of build and repair systems I have, and now I place another one. It was always wonky, but at one point they introduced a new system how it all works. That was pretty neat. I found it really neat. You can do both EEM and Stargate. That's there's this new encounter spawning system. That's one thing you kind of need to have with EEM. Sorry, I have to drink something. My voice is giving up a bit, and I'm lost on materials at one point. So yeah, EEM is kind of, if you get your PC and you can play the game, EEM is the enhanced exploration mod that gives new things that spawn in, new ships that fly through the area, more factions, and it even has mechanics to kind of, if you attack factions, they become your enemies, and then it might be that the space police gets involved in all that stuff. It's pretty nice. No, we started in the on the planet, and I hope that when they do more tests, that there will be a chance to see and take a look for new encounters. I really want to see what they have there. The problem is always that you and I might have to set aside more time to play on my own with the test build. The last time, again, we streamed for Keen, and it was I was a bit slumped for time, so I had not a lot of time to play with the test build on my own, and so John, with this station, airtight sections, I hope that I can get along with just one. I want to make this whole thing airtight. Maybe I will disconnect the gates, basically these areas. I might make them airtight on their own. But I hope that I can just make this whole thing airtight and put so many so many events in there that it at one point works. Again, I had problems with the hangar that wouldn't want to go airtight for some reason. It is now, but oh yeah, I can show that off. You get a glimpse of stuff that I wanted to keep for the next episode, but I talked about that I wanted to remove the doors that were in the hangar and have some staircases leading up into the hangar. Yes, Cookies. You should be able to combine EEM and Stargate. That shouldn't be a problem. But the Stargate thing is a bit it's a bit the problem that you don't get random Stargates. You can use Stargates. So you will have to RP a bit there. So with the Stargate stuff, I don't know. Maybe you have a friend that is able to set some Stargates up for you. That's always neat. I saw that one YouTuber that I've followed, I think he's not doing stuff anymore, did something with Stargate and had people that basically built stations for him, so he could go through Stargates and all that stuff and find things. That was pretty nice. So this thing is now pressurized. While I was working on these staircases, I have one here and one over here. It depressurized, although the whole room was sealed basically, and then at one point it went back to being pressurized. I don't understand the system anymore. I have the feeling it has to do with size. So having this whole section pressurized might be problematic. What do you mean, the test play? The new version of the survival that will come out? Cookies? No problem, Duncan. Then I hope I will make sure that I put it out for you. Yeah, I don't know. I'm rambling on, so it could end up that I don't get as much done as I want. So, Cookies, sorry, I was kind of the new version. I think it will make it easier for beginners because you get eased into all the blocks. You don't have this, here's everything, do whatever you want. You kind of have to go through certain things. But the problem will be, and it's good that you can turn it off. You can turn off the option to have this progression system behind it, because at one point, as a seasoned veteran of space engineers, you might don't want to have that anymore, this progression system. But I think it makes it easier for beginners with the game. Yeah, it's for beginners. For beginners, it should make stuff easier, at least to ease you into all the blocks, into all that's possible. Before you started out with having everything there for you, but you yourself not knowing what to do. And then you have the option to go and watch tutorials or whatsoever, but now you kind of see, okay, I need to build this block now, and then I can use this block, and then I can use this block. But we will see. The problem is we just saw one test, and one test means nothing. It could change, and as far as I know, there were talks that the devs want to balance a bit more, because what I have to say is, as someone that knows their way around space engineers, for me it was grindy to get to where I want to be, and I think there needs to balance out a bit. But again, I said that I might, when the new not as soon as the new thing hits, but close to the new survival hitting, I might go and start a new world. I'm not sure now. I'm not sure, because usually some of I got into discussion with some people about how I structure that I have so and so 100 episodes, but no seasons. And again, I have some worlds. This is not one world I'm playing since the beginning, because in the beginning there were no planets and there were only 16 asteroids and all that stuff. So but usually I took over 1 or 2 ships from each world and brought that back to the new world, and I'm not sure if I really want to completely start over. This world runs okayish, but again, all the structures, all the stuff, I'm unseasoned. That's just the taste. Nathan, hello! How are you? So it will be so hard, but at least we can go back to the Earth-like at one point, and then do stuff with the wind turbines, and I definitely want to work with the hydrogen generators and all that stuff. So 8 gigs memory, NVIDIA GTX 1050, not sure how big my world size before it. The problem is, the more you build, the more stuff you have, the worse the game will run. And at one point, now Nathan shows up and everybody is just give him all, okay people, give him all this praise that he can get. Yeah, thanks Nathan. Thanks, really, thank you. Trying my best. You with hundreds of seasons of something, and here and there. The problem is that worlds at one point just get unplayable, and maybe the new survival updates solve some problems here, but the things you normally can then do is to reduce mod load or have no mods, and that's something I absolutely don't want. It's, I don't know. I need to do some things anyways. I need to at one point completely wipe my PC. I did a reinstall of the game to see if the skins work. Skins don't work for me at the moment, and that's so sad because I got 3 skin sets and I want to wear them. And torch up and running, that might make stuff. Yeah, the problem is then I would have to go and rent a server, put the thing on there. The thing is that at one point I want to restructure stuff anyways, so I'm not sure how to do that. It's again, I'm running into the problem that I love this world, I want to keep it for as long as possible, but I also want to have the ability to, I don't know, explore different worlds. So I could just put some new planets in here or something like that, but it's also hard. I always was the SE guy, always was it. So I had to start up my series as soon as possible because Nathan started up his too. I think our series started at the same time, but I had the kind of the more the daily space engineers and recording for long times and all that stuff. So it's just more my game than other stuff. I need more steel. I'm running out of steel. Again, that's the thing. I'm running out of materials at one point. So now we need to see how I need to... I think I need my drill. No. I'm so nerd. I am so nerd. Why am I nerd? Or is Nathan nerd? Nathan is... Okay. You saw a bird once. Okay. There has to something has to come up there, Sven. Otherwise, I don't know what this means. Okay. Good. Yeah, I need to close this off here and let the machines weld. I hope that I can make this airtight. I would like to have kind of a workspace where I can run around with open helmet. Okay, so this works out. There's things happening in the chat I cannot follow. But maybe I don't need to 12 people. That's the numbers are so nice. It's so nice that I usually have 10 people and now I have 12, and I hope that I can in the future get more secret identities. That's the you make suggestions with this account, Ramfab, and I try to be nice and try to pronounce names, and you just make it hard for me. And we talked about that. We need to do something together, Ramfab, at one point. Okay, the bottom half needs to be closed too. I think we close this off first, and then I wanted to work on this area, but I think I will just put a wall in here for now, and then later add it on from the outside. Yeah, that's okay. As someone that tries to stay away from, as far as possible, from its real name too. Advertise your space engineer's name, John. Advertising your space engineer's name is not something. If it's not a if your space engineer's name is not a racial slur or something like that, I think I'm okay with you advertising your space engineer's name. Yeah, we will definitely. It's that needs to happen. I need to get more and more into the stream game. That definitely needs to happen, and I need to have people on my side for that. That's something. And you're an avid streamer yourself, so doing something there together would be, I think, nice. So I want to have on this side, I want to have basically another something with windows. Not sure how I want to do that, to maybe be able to just have cut another corner and then go into that direction at one point. But for now I will just close it off with the wall, and then maybe work on that from the outside then later. That all these light exploration vessels, the EEM mod has the tendency to keep ships in the game. That also is a bit problematic. Sometimes for some reason the trash removal doesn't really react to these, and then I'm getting stuck with a lot of things floating through space that make things problematic. Good. So this will take so much time. The problem that I always have with, if I build stuff like these crazy big things, I end up with episodes that are mostly updates of what I have done, and I know that people mostly are not really happy with this. People want to see me build, and the problem with this is that this is just not interesting building. It's just not, or at least not interesting when you record it for video. Because in a stream I have time, we can talk, we can go back and forth, I can answer questions. Yeah, that's John, that's one thing. I want to have something like I have on the other corner, on this corner too. Just to, don't know, I think I will not protrude it too much, but have a bit of a window here that again that we can maybe have a corner and go into that direction if needed. The problem is this station already is just too big. One of my subscribers, Ash, a lot of A's and SH's. But Ash kind of made a bit of fun of about me for that I kind of everything that I touch ends up being just too big, and yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah, that's the thing, Cookie. It's nice in a stream to build that, to be able to build, and then just being able to concentrate on chatting and talking. But if I would put that on video, that wouldn't work, and I can't put out one update video after the other. Although I would have to do that. That's the problem. I need to go back to the flying base. The flying base has the it's a bit nicer because it's not as big as this thing here. So this thing is too big, needs too much work, and I like it, but the flying base is smaller. But again, I ran into this problem with the elevator, and I don't know, for some reason it got to me. The elevator, this dang elevator got to me. It wouldn't work, and so I just had to do something else. So, okay, turn this off. Fly mode, grind before weld. 3, 4, and did I press something that I shouldn't have pressed? I have my my tablet in front of me and use that as a remote control to Campbell. Hello. Sadly there is something like too big. That's the problem. There is something like too big. Again, I if I build too big, I end up with just having too much. Having to do too much update videos, and people are sadly not interested in. Why is this? Why are these turned on? I usually turn them off for now, but this push components, then this thing can run. Where was I? I have my tablet in front of me, and I use that to remote control the Streamlabs OBS. That's completely nice. I can mute myself. I can go into the different scenes and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. As long as I don't have any Elgato devices or something like that, this works out perfectly for me. I need to set up the Streamlabs OBS. Also needed to set it up as my recording. I use OBS to record and Streamlabs OBS to stream, and I could just use Streamlabs OBS to record too. And then use my tablet to control the thingamabingy, start and stop, and see how long how long I'm recording. I don't see, but I didn't see if I can maybe get rid of some of the buttons here and replace them with other buttons. So maybe mix stream with a certain time limit for this, and then change your save to do the other things. What do you mean cookies? Change the save and or have a certain time limit for that. The good thing with the stream is that I kind of don't have a time limit, so I can just stream 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and work, and have people with me that I can talk to, and people that can maybe help out with making decisions how something should look, and that's good for streaming. But again, for recording a video, stuff is very, very different there, because again, there are people that are completely okay with just getting an update video, and say, hey, it's you have achieved a lot and that's good to see. But then for a video, there are also people that find these completely boring, and that's why you kind of have to switch it up. So if you can show monster progress, that's something people like. But hey, see, I placed a few hundred blocks, and oh no. Turn that off. That's one thing with the built-in repair system. If you put a block directly next to it, it will repair that thing as long as you as long as you can. So again, the streaming needs to definitely happen more often. So Campbell, how was your I talked to Ramethep, and I talked to Cosmic Chimp about your build off. How did you see it? Was that successful? Entertaining through video. Again, that's, if I would do stuff for a much younger audience, then I could do certain things to keep a much younger audience entertained by doing basically nothing. But my audience is a lot older, and so I need to do other things. I can't just scream and do crazy things. That's not possible. I have to present my audience with, if I build with a thought out, not a thought out build, but with my thoughts while I'm building. And with this here, I'm placing a straight wall. That doesn't work in a video, that all is one of the problems. You all are just too old, and I'm completely okay with that. Having a younger audience also means that your comment sections get a lot more toxic, and I really don't want that. And again, I'm not saying that having younger people in the audience is bad in any way. So if you're younger, don't feel like I'm saying I appreciate everybody, but the thing is that, again, as dumb as that sound, and I don't want to say that other YouTubers are not doing also kind of a job, but doing something for a much younger audience, I have the feeling is easier, at least if you can keep up the energy. The problem with that is that for a much younger audience, you have to have a lot of energy, go crazy and scream and do weird stuff, and that helps you there. And I'm not that way, absolutely not. It's ready, but it costs a lot of time for editing. I send you a link. Yeah, do that, please. Send me a link for that. Keep me informed, and if you give me time and send me a link, and maybe I can do a bit of promotion in one of my streams or in one of my videos or something like that. At least a link or so, then can say something. Don't know. John, they don't need to learn civility. It's at least the internet is a weird place. Yeah, don't know. You don't have to shepherd them. That's the thing. You can just do whatever you want, but you have to have more energy. People always call that enthusiasm, and it's not enthusiasm. You have to have energy to keep up a certain way of dealing with your audience, and that's the thing. The good thing for me is that audience grows up, and at one point a grown-up audience stops wanting to watch crazy energy rich streamers. They want to have a bit more laid back entertainment and see the value in people that try to not do this being loud. And I have the feeling, by the way, we talk about that every stream. And that's where I come into play. So I just need to wait the next 10 years, and then the audience is so grown up. Again, I like the fact that there are people out there and that again watch my stuff to just get away from work. And I had a mother that watched my stuff together with their children to just have a bit of bonding time listening to me. And it seems that there was value in it for her. She was very thankful that I tried to stay away from too many swear words, and again, I'm myself trying to stay away from that, just so that I don't the young children learn swear words early enough in school or kindergarten, and I don't have to help with it. Although in reality, but in reality, I can explain how I meant it, and so that's the difference that I make there. I love a variety of space engineers things. Yeah, that's the next thing. I talked about that often too, that space engineers itself attracts a whole different audience, and so I'm glad that this happens. At the moment, I watch a lot of 7 Days to Die YouTubers for some reason. I don't know why. 7 Days to Die is a bit of a game I go to and play just for fun. I don't even play it straight at the moment. I just don't know if I need something that I really want, and I don't know. I spawn that in, and it's not something where I'm playing it with the whole survival aspect in mind. And so I watch a lot of 7 Days to Die YouTubers, and they are so different. They are so different. If you take a look at the space engineers community, the people are really, really different. A lot of people with really good ideas, laid back people that work on their projects. I don't know. I didn't see when I watch other space engineers people. I don't see these crazy overhyped people, and for me that's a good thing. Again, the 7 Days to Die community is a bit different there. You need to be on edge. You need to be crazy with I don't know. There is a lot of people that test out things and engineer things, but they have to be so different. It's so weird. I don't. It's YouTube, and I'm just so old for Fortnite. My reaction times are so low that Fortnite, no, that wouldn't work out. So if you say that you're old, give me cookies, then give me a range. You don't have to be precise, but if you're okay with it, then give me an age so I can see that. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, rage quitting. Rage quitting doesn't happen often for me, but yeah, some games lend themselves to rage quitting. I have the feeling. Okay, then that's good. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm seeing when I take a look at my analytics. That most of my people are somewhere between 25 and 30, and then older people even. And that's good. I think that's completely okay for me. That the thing with it is that it makes life as a YouTuber. I will probably be never successful with it, and I probably will not be getting rich. Yeah, 28. That's most of my people are somewhere between 25, I think, and 35, and a few below, and then also a lot of above that. Yeah, that's the thing. Older audience is better, but on the other hand, older audience, one thing an older audience doesn't do is make you sadly sounds dumb. Making a career out of YouTube is hard with an older audience. The older audience is at the moment still smaller, and I'm happy that I'm still growing, but growth could be faster again if I had the energy, and if I wouldn't have the feeling that I sell myself to the devil. If I do that, going into a bit more screaming and a bit more here and finding other games to play would lend itself a lot better to, I don't know, being successful on here, on YouTube, kind of. It sounds dumb because again, I love what I'm doing here, but if any YouTuber, especially bigger YouTubers, tell you to do all this for not also for a shot at a career, then don't do YouTube. YouTube is not about, it's not about you. If you just want to, as a hobby, cut movies and edit movies, then do that. Keep them for yourself. Because that is, I talked about that at one point too. That if you do YouTube, you always hear bigger YouTubers talk about how YouTube is a hobby and you don't need to be focused on views, and you don't need to be focused on views. That's why you are doing YouTube. You're not doing YouTube for yourself. You're not doing YouTube for here, take a look at this video that I did. You're doing YouTube to entertain people, to get views, and to get hopefully appreciation for the work you're doing. Saying I would do that even if I wouldn't get views or money from it. And again, money is at the moment not a thing that is really interesting, but in my opinion, it's a lot of lying to yourself. You do this for views. The numbers behind this whole thing, behind your videos, behind your views, always need to also interest you. Epic, yeah, Campbell, that's the thing. I'm doing that for a lot longer. But Epic did one thing right. That was, he did a tutorial on something interesting. And this thing, don't know, popped for some reason. Some things just snap, and then it works all out. And for Epic, that was definitely his Tim tutorial. I think it was the Tim thing that just broke the dams. I think I told him even that we talked about that. He said that he wants to do a Tim tutorial, and I said definitely that's a good idea. And the whole thing is that also the space engineers community is not the biggest one, and a lot of people working in the same community. It's a struggle. If you are true with all this, then you just have to acknowledge it. It is a struggle. You are in complete competition. Is there a problem with the stream? I can't see it here. Seems to be okay for me. Let me know if there's a problem. Then please let me know in the chat. It's weird. YouTube is a that's good to hear. YouTube is a weird thing, and I'm not the right. Sometimes I have the feeling that I'm just not the right YouTube material. It's weird. I know how that works, but I need to put more effort in, and I'm trying with streams. I'm trying to do that, and you do need to do other things around YouTube maybe better your chances and all that stuff. It's so weird. But the problem is I don't want to run around and say, here, advertise this, advertise that, and I tell the people that there's a Patreon, but I don't advertise it too crazy, and sometimes I say there's a Discord, but I don't advertise it too crazy. And if you want to have success with all that, you really need to run around and be very, very not offensive with that, very upfront with that, and very pushy, and say here in this, and take a look at this, and like all the videos, and it's weird. Yeah, that's the thing, Campbell. The space engineers community is relatively small. Again, it has to do with the fact that the game itself is for an older audience. So older audience already means smaller audience, and then you kind of have to entertain them. You can go the route of people like LSG, for example, is doing all the reviews, and that is something that for some reason people are really interested in. I personally can't do that. It's a thing I really don't want to do, reviews of other people's materials, and then I can't do that. And then there is people like me, and I don't want to throw myself into the same pot as Splitzy, but Splitzy is also doing mainly doing at the moment a let's play in his world. He's far more he knows far more about the mechanics of space engineers and all that stuff, and that's what makes him really, really interesting. There's a lot of people out there that do similar things. Kmax does a really, really nice job, because he's doing his let's play and does also do a lot of camera work. I have the feeling he sometimes struggles with what he is presenting, but the way how he is presenting is just on point. Capek. Yeah, Capek. It's so weird that sometimes Capek riles me up like crazy, and on the other hand, he's sometimes so entertaining. Build highlights I can, but I don't want to. The mod highlight might be a thing I might do, but it's other people's work. I want to present my stuff, not what other people do, and that's why if I have mods, I mainly present them in my world. The problem is that again, as something to attract people, tutorials always work as an attractor, kind of. That's one thing that Minecraft did. People that are successful in, for example, in the Minecraft community, most of them did tutorials, a lot of them, and then with tutorials attracted the people, and that's something how that works. That's what Master is. Yeah. Haldemar or Haladmar, I think, is it? I don't know. Haladmar, for example, is also he's laid back. He's doing his work. He's doing big builds with mods. I shouldn't like his videos so much because he's so treading on my on my turf, but he's doing an amazing job, and I need to talk to that guy at one point. That's another person I kind of want to invite and talk to, how he came to it and all that stuff, because he's doing an amazing job there. The LY thrusters, for example, came from Haldemar or Haladmar. I don't know how to. He uses them, and I saw them and said, maybe. There's more people. I have another one. I found another space engineers YouTuber that I really liked. I would have to look that up, but I have things not turned on. Yeah, Haladmar is someone you can really watch. Let me take a look. I got some messages. Thanks, Campbell, for all the links. I will take a look at that when I have time for that. But thanks. 10 gigabyte. What are you? How are you filming, good sir, with so big videos? Haladmar is someone I can. I usually don't watch a lot of space engineers YouTubers, so the only ones I watch Haladmar, Splitsy, and K-Max at the moment. Mostly. Sometimes I have Cosmic and Epic, and I have them all. I'm subscribed to them, but for example, the Cosmic and Epic do a lot of Interstellar Rift. That's something I don't watch, and I then sadly always it pops up, and then that's a thing. And the 2K res. Okay. The medieval engineer stuff also is something I don't watch. So I like my space engineers YouTubers. Yeah. Commander. How is it called? Yeah, I found another guy that is doing a cinematic series in Space Engineers, Baraban or so. I don't know. He's called Commander something at the moment, and it's a British guy as far as I know. Man, that's a neat series. He's doing voiceovers and has builds with that he uses to again to tell a story. He's really RPing and is doing a great job there. His series sadly is ending soon. That I really don't like. I want to see more of it. We could take a look at that. Is Kitten doing a lot of Space Engineers? I'm sadly not subscribed to Kitten. I should maybe. The problem is I can't be. See there. John knows all the people. I can't be subscribed to everybody. That's always so sad. I know so many people now in the Space Engineers community that I really have to be picky. There's a lot of good people out there in the community that I like more than for example, I don't watch Wasted Space or Captain Jack too often. Sometimes I see some of their stuff, but I myself like some of the smaller guys a lot more, and although I kind of would like to talk more to the community there, so I'm definitely interested in how Wasted Space or Splitsy or someone like that came to Space Engineers, but their content sometimes I can't get into it, and the colony war stuff, and it's I don't know, it's weird. Who played too hard and burn out? Yeah, that's always problematic with that's always problematic with YouTube and doing streams and all that stuff. I noticed that myself. The problem with Space Engineers is that at one point a lot of the stuff is done and then it stops. You cannot do a lot more, especially with problems like Clang in the background that just destroys stuff like crazy technical builds most of the time, and sometimes that stuff can only be built in creative, and it's so weird. I feel it myself that I myself can get burned out on Space Engineers. That's why I try to play it most of the time while recording. That's why stuff like these big builds are really a struggle for me, because I would like to record all of it, but if I would record, don't know, we are streaming now for 1 hour 48 minutes, and that's something I cannot press that into a video. That's I don't know how. If Nathan is still in the chat, he could maybe explain that to me, but he's a lot better in cramming down on the interesting stuff. I can't do that. I would feel that I leave too much out. Why are these not welding up? Girders. Okay, we are missing girders. So I'm starting to run into the problem that now materials start missing. The assemblers are not fast enough to bring in all the materials. That also counts mainly for the steel, but I think I will go back to placing some more blocks. Yeah, the war content, that's also a thing. Oh, we don't need to place blocks anymore. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, ribbing on the roof, something like that, John, will happen later. Again, that's something I definitely want to do later. Go into stuff like that. The problem with this is that the dimensions here are definitely different, and ribbing on the roof here makes problems. Good. I need to drink some more and read chat for a moment. I need to lean back for a moment. Yeah, Campbell, the thing with content on YouTube is that I'm interested in other things too. And that makes keeping up with the content that is presented to you really hard. I cannot only watch Space Engineers content. That wouldn't work out for me because I'm doing that myself. And one thing I wouldn't like to get accused air quotes of is copying too much of other people. That's why I kind of stay away from what other people do. And also the interests are different. I watch other stuff on on YouTube. I watch a lot of commentary stuff. I watch, I don't know, I've newfound food-related things that I watch, and news things and all that stuff. It's weird how much my interests are not what I'm myself am producing. So I'm interested what I am producing, okay? But that's a thing that happens when you do YouTube. But I'm not too much interested in to watch only space engineers videos. That doesn't work out for me. After work, editing that stream into a TV-like program. Then I really have to take a look at that Kumpel, because that, yeah, I hope you put that on YouTube at one point. SPRT, smiles. Do you come to that direction? Ooh, stay away. There's a kill zone of 2.5 kilometers around this base. Don't get into this. Don't do that. A lovely big watchtower. Yeah, having something like a tower to lead ships into the docks would be nice. I think that's a good idea. I will plan that out for later, Cookies. Thank you. Later this week, Chimple posted on his... Oh, okay, Chimple. Do you not have your own channel? Make your own channel. Kumpel. Farming Simulator. Mud Runners is the thing. As playing it, Mud Runners might be interesting. Watching it, Farming Simulator also. Talk to Nathan about that. Nathan and Farming Simulator content. He wanted to do so much Farming Simulator content, and this all fell through. Because it's just making Farming Simulator content. I don't know how. I found only one person that I really found interesting in doing Farming Simulator content. I wouldn't know how to make Farming Simulator interesting, and I played the hell out of the game. Nathan and I played the newest version like crazy. Yes, Sven. I'm usually I try to paint more. A lot of my stuff ends up being gray because I can't decide what to paint it. But what I at least want to do is give some colors. So maybe it will be gray, but I want to bring some colors in. Like maybe, don't know, what we could do is have numbers for the dogs somewhere in the dock area, somewhere here, don't know, so that the dock can be identified. That would be neat. So not painting the whole thing, but having spots with color. That's stuff I would like to do, Sven. Yeah, I know that Chimp is promoting that. He's doing a good job with that. And again, if you give me a link when stuff like that starts and let me know, then maybe I can help with promoting that too. Farming Simulator is in Olympic now. Yeah, they that's one thing I read on Reddit. There will be not space engineers. There will be a league for I think a $250,000 league event for Farming Simulator. They want to make their own, and I don't know what they want to do. Bale stacking competitions. I don't know. That's so neat. I really like the idea. Different colored docks. Maybe, but then as a spot, Cookie. Have, don't know, something. Yeah, I would like to number them. The problem with space engineers and paint is always that if you want to work with paint, everything ends up being so big and so crazy monstrous. So for example here, I've numbered the tanks here. Not that with 2 tanks it's really necessary, but 1, 2. But working that out is just doesn't look too perfect because the blocks are just too big and all that stuff. It's maybe I have more space on here and then use maybe the end of the dock here, because again this area I need to find a way to build this area out. The docks are all the same size kind of, and this area needs to be built out. What I could do is have the end of it then have a different color so that it's identifiable from the view of the ship out, but I also want to have numbers here, maybe I don't know, a round or an oval shape on here with a number in there or something, dock 1, dock 2, dock 3, something like that. That would be interesting. And then maybe do some highlights, but I don't want to go too crazy into colors. The LCD screen, Sven, could be too small, I think. Someone in the chat had the idea, was it Sven? The idea to use LCD screens for advertisement or something like that. That's a neat idea. I think that's something we could do. There is programs out there and scripts that can make can combine LCDs. Maybe we can work with something like that. I'm not too sure. We will have to take a look at that. So using LCD screens could be a neat thing for the interior, for the exterior. I'm always getting then this Blade Runner aesthetic. Have don't know, walls of big LCD screens on the fronts of some houses or something. That would be crazy, but it sadly is not done for that. The idea with having a tower here, that seems to be nice, because we could make a tower some blocks high, have the problem with it is how to get into it. Have a tower a few blocks high, have some consoles in there, and then use that to lead ships into the docks, into the docking area, something like that. Lights are definitely a problem in Space Engineers. That's sadly the case. Some, maybe a few lights. That's why I kind of want to keep these windows in here, because with the windows I don't need to go too crazy on the lights, but there will have to be lights in here. You can see that I have one light here that lights up a lot of area. That's a good thing, but it's not too much, so there will have to be more. The new update, I hope it, but I'm not sure. There were definitely performance updates, but I'm not sure how crazy it will be. The problem is that the lights also don't work. If you have too many lights on here, then you end up with with lighting problems, and it's just crazy. Shadows are a problem. I could reduce a lot of strain on the computer with just reducing the shadows, but I'm so happy that I can play the game now with high graphics and still record, that I kind of don't want to get away from that right now. feels bad. Feels bad. So good. I now have to just wait, I think, to refill materials. I don't know what to do tomorrow. A small update, then maybe go back to the flying base, and then I will come back later and finish more of this. Let us go. And I'm finishing up another dock. One thing I still want to achieve in Space Engineers at one point is standardization, kind of. I want to have standardized docks. Talked with some of you about that, and there were good ideas, and that's something I definitely need to address for some of the next series. If we start a new world or something like that, then I want to standardize a bit more so that docks are the same. I can just build docks in a certain way, and then it stays that way. Okay, steel plates. We have girders, 406. Okay, then I can go back to the girders. What's the power situation? Power situation is good. We produce most of the power with the solars at the moment. Batteries are running. I'm not sure if the batteries are running. Yeah, the batteries are running. I have one battery or so running. Total output. That's okay. I really need to turn the batteries off. I need a good way to deal with batteries. Maybe there's a good script out there. I always end up with kind of, let me sit down. See that we have 2 hours of power at the moment, and that's not true. It's just because I have one battery running that kind of throws off the whole power situation there, because I have reactors running like crazy. We have powers for years, at least up here. This needs to be lit up too. So I'm that's stuff I hope that will hopefully get addressed a bit more. That now with the new power blocks, that they hopefully also take a look at stuff like that. Maybe make the whole situation with batteries and powers, structurize the whole the power systems in Space Engineers are basically not categorized. How's that called? They prioritized, kind of, and I hope with the new power systems they work on that a bit. Batteries make stuff a bit problematic, because it factors in the battery, and then it doesn't factor in anything else. So okay, the reactors are not running, but I have a lot of solars running, so how do they factor in? If everything runs off solars, why do I only have 2 hours of battery life left, or of energy left, if I in reality have just all the power? The thing is that the wind turbine now will be integrated into the game, so we don't need any mods for that anymore. That's thing I can only say. That's one thing we will definitely do. If we not start a new world, we definitely go to the Earth-like and then do some work there. I want to see the windmill in action, and we will test it on the other worlds too. I'm pretty sure it will work on the alien planet too. What I heard is that it doesn't move on it only works on stationary things, so on stationary bases. That makes me a bit sad because we can't wind power our flying base. That will sadly not be possible. I had high hopes for that, but I think it will not happen. I will have to end the stream in a bit. I'm getting tired, and that is not good. So maybe I will sit back a bit more and crack open a beer, and then we will talk for a moment, and then hopefully everything's fine. Hope you had some fun in the stream. Again, for me it's good to be able to again, it would be nice if it would work on moving things, but I think it doesn't. I'm so sad about this. Hope you had some fun. Hope that you don't feel abused because I use you as a way to distract myself from all this crazy work that I still need to do. I kind of just want to finish the base in a way that we can use it. That's good to hear, Sven. No problem. We will do a bit more, so don't run away immediately. Just so you know that I today will not be a crazy long stream. Again, I hope there will be some more test streams in the future. The test stream was a real cool thing, because again it was also kind of beneficial for me, because I got advertised by Space Engineers, by Keen themselves. That was really nice, and again I was able to give away some keys, and I have some more. So if there will be more test streams, then I can hopefully give out more Steam keys. And I got some, as a surprise, I got some skids that I kind of was able to choose. And now the problem is I can't see them because do you want to see them? I can't show you them really, but do you want to see the skins I got? I hope. Again, we need to go later into more detail, Campbell, with the base, but that's how I work. I need to get something done, and then we need to work more on the details, refine the look a bit. So you want to see the skins? I will go there. I chose some. I was able to. I got 3 skins gifted, and I chose hopefully some cool ones. Again, I was not able to take a look at them myself by now. Yeah, it's. I think that's how the process goes. If you're able to just remove things, stick them back on, and then do work like that. That's, for me, that's the nicest way to work. I need to really put in. Yeah, that's and I will close off the windows, and then I will close off these things with some rotary airlocks, I think. Ski mod for the character. Would be interesting. What do you mean, ski mod? Do you need a skin mod, or do you need? Is there a ski mod? I'm not too crazy into all these different models that are there. I like the normal Space Engineer, but I would like to be able to see the skins. I got this one. That's the racing suit, but again, I can't show you. I hope that I can change the color of at least some of the patches here. That would be neat. I got the hexagon suit. This one I kind of, there is the emissive stripes, but Epic Tech kind of has dips on them, and so I thought maybe the hexagon suit would be good for me. You can make hoverboard with a hover mod. Yeah, I could do that. Bring out the ice sailor again, and then do work with that. Would be nice for the racing suit. At least the next time if we do something on stream with racing or so, I have the right suit for that. And I have a skeleton suit now. I couldn't stay away from that. I think that's one thing I definitely wanted to have. I'm sadly missing out on the helmet for the rainbow suit. That's all, the others I all found, or I got, or something like that. The veteran suit is for being just, I have Space Engineers for all the time now. The gold suit is the deluxe thing. You get, I think the gold suit, yeah, you get it when you have the deluxe version of Space Engineers. I needed to have that. I have a Badger suit, a complete one. That's something I really like. And I have a complete cow suit. They look dumb as hell, but I like having them. And I have this leopard suit. Some of the skins are so dumb, but I can't stay away from that. I know Ramethep, you have the complete rainbow suit, or could that be? If you're still here. Is there something, John? Tell me there is something like a ski mod. If there is something like a ski mod, then no, I don't. Yeah, I want it, but we don't need to trade here. That's really not necessary. Keep, if you have the rainbow suit, then just keep it. If you have one to give away, then that would be nice, because that's one of the suits that is kind of dumb, but I kind of like it. I'm happy. I run a lot. I run too much towards all these popping up green things, and then suit things. But the problem is I get the cow and the leopard. I get a lot, and I really don't. I scrapped a lot of the cows and leopards. But it's neat now with the racing suit. I have something to distinguish myself. I hope that again I can color certain things of these in my usual yellow. Before I always wore the veteran suit, because again I like the roughed up look of the thing. So yeah, then Campbell, we will make a deal at one point, I hope. You will have to tell me if you are searching for something that I might be able to give you, but I'm not sure. Did they also give me the... No, I didn't get the... Oh, I got the tools too. Ooh, that's so nice. I at least got the hexagon welder and the veteran welder. And the racing welder. I got the complete set. That's so nice of them. I'm so happy about that. It was I just wanted to have the character skins. But I got the tools too. That's really nice. I can't wait to see them. I hope the next update fixes that. I tried to reinstall, but that didn't work. Do you all have problems with the skins at the moment, or is that something? The thing is that I cannot really say if it's maybe a thing with mods, that mods are making problems with the together with the skins. There were some people that said they have problems, but not everybody. Okay, Campbell has problems with them with the skins. I think Ramethep said that he has the problem that when he gets up out of something that he suddenly loses his skin, and it's so weird. Okay, glass and then the rotary airlock. We will close this area off that way. And then we have hopefully a room that we really can fill up with air later. Good. 7. Place this. The helmet above the rainbow chest. Give me a sec, I will take a look what that was. Let me place this. Oh, Ramethep is streaming. Good, then let him stream. He's streaming so much. Rainbow chest. The medieval one. If you have medieval space engineers or medieval, how's it called? Medieval engine. How's it called? Medieval engineers, I think. Same company is a similar game, just with medieval touch and a lot more physics-based stuff. Then you get the medieval engineer suit. It looks like chainmail, and faceplate is like a knight's helmet and all that stuff. Not my style, but it's neat. Just if you have that, then you should have the same thing, cookies. That's the thing. There's some things you can just get. The veteran suit you get for having the game for ages, and I definitely have the game for ages now. The medieval you get for medieval engineers, and the gold suit you get for the deluxe edition of Space Engineers. And then everything else is just stuff you can find or you can get. You can trade them, and I got these. I got gifted because of working, air quotes, working for Keen Software House. They kind of rewarded me with skins, and that's okay. Oh yeah, cookies. It's basically, if you have the skin, you can, some of them you can customize with your own color, and then that's the thing. If the skin system works, you have the skin on all the servers in your games. So in Space Engineers, if you go on a server, on a public server, then you normally have your skin. Again, I usually wear a yellow suit, a yellow veteran suit, but at the moment they just don't show up, and that's just sad. Again, too bad. Good. Let me go back. Okay, this I wanted to work on the stations, and now I completely didn't do that. But maybe I do that tomorrow. I have some time tomorrow to work on that, and then I wanted to move this back to. I have the. Give me an opinion on that. Should I just have the 4 stations, or should I have a station here too? Maybe it would be good to have a station here. I think. Yeah, it would be good to have a station here. So I think I will just cut that back a few blocks, so that the station is somewhere closer to the area. It might be crammed with this area then, but okay, I can live with that. Good. Okay, let me sit back for a moment, and then we will talk for a moment more and do the usual, just a bit of talk, and then I will end the stream for today. I went longer than I wanted to. I had in mind that I wanted to do 2 hours or something like that, but now I was so good. I was so good with going to bed early in the last week that I'm tired now. No, I didn't. I will do now. I just wanted to refill oxygen and all that stuff so that I can. Ooh, I know what I will do. I will go to where I don't have to fear to suffocate. I have to figure out if the big ship still makes problems, if I can work on that more, but I had in the last few recordings, I always had problems that if I placed a block on the big ship, then it kind of crashed the game. And so, good. Turn the lights off, and now ooh, and now I can enjoy this and sit back for a moment with you. Oh, that's good. Good. Anything that we need to address, that we need to talk about, or something like that? More questions? Echo beer? No, it's a relatively simple German one. I don't know what echo beer is. I'm always on Discord, so that should work. I need to work on that. My Discord needs to be louder and busier. Nice sound there, the cracking open the can. Yeah, it's sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need that, and tomorrow is not a lot of. I don't have a lot to do tomorrow, so that's a good thing. Yes, I didn't want to do that completely in front of my mic. That's maybe too obvious. Or to open the beer and then just oh, my PC goes crazy right now because of the ship and all the interiors and the LCDs and the holo projections and all that stuff. My PC usually doesn't like these. Sorry. That's still one of the mods I really like. The holo projections. And again, this, I need to bring this ship back. It will completely dwarf this one, I have the feeling, but I really need to bring the Empress back. Good. Nothing more to talk, nothing more to say, I would say. Then no, it's it could. It's a half-liter can of beer, a Pilsner, but something cheap. It's not too it's not too crazy. Good. Yeah, the Empress. We need to bring her back at one point. Definitely. This is the last state that I have, and I don't know. Maybe we can make her better. We will have to see. That would be neat. I didn't went too crazy. It sounds bad, but I didn't went too crazy with the mods in this ship. And maybe we could just run wild with crazy big reactors and crazy thrusters for the Empress. I'm not sure. We'll have to see, but I would like to bring her back at one point. I like that too. Yeah, that's again the having the Duchessa as an example to build off of makes for a good ship, I would say. Good people, but I would say thanks for watching. Hope you liked the stream. If you did, then think about it. Leave a like on the video, on the stream. I will, I think, make that public when I can, and just have it there. Take a look at the description. There's links to Discord, Twitter, Patreon, whatever there is. Don't know if you... There's also a link to a Streamlabs site where you could make donations at one point, but just for your information, at the moment it's not even possible because it's not set up. And yeah, I would say thanks to everyone in the chat, and we will see us hopefully tomorrow in another video. Thanks for watching, people.